After watching this petite a video, coupled with my own experience, I finally arrived to a conclusion say, when you define wish people for Africa, no wait me day dark. Just camp for Cameroon. Anybody where you see with that CPDM uniform, no delay, catch them, burn them. Good day, my beloved people of Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia and the people of La Republic, the Cameroon, where they gained their independence for 1st January 1960. Would always remind them of their independence for make them know how different they are from us, make them for know that they are an independent country and will be also an independent country because they gain their sovereignty, they gain their independence 1 year before we gain our independence. So we go enter to the beef of the matter. When you hear me at talk, so I know so you don't doubt say why big katika say anybody where they see with CPD uniform now wish no means say you must always fly with broom for night. No. Wish. Now when you use yourself, papa, you born your pikin, then you see like say that pikin the word prosper. You say no, hey, the pikin go prosper past me. You just say hold that pikin kill him. That one now wait that they call us say witchcraft. You see this Cameroon. What would they say they call and say the Federal Republic of Cameroon will be made up of East Cameroon and West Cameroon. That pikin be being a very bright pikin for Africa will be born. We be get for shine the light of Africa. We be get for being a country for Africa where everybody be get for envious. But because of greed, we find ourselves in a situation today where we lost people every blessed day. One person must die for Southern Cameroon, be it a La Republic of Cameroon citizen or a Southern Cameroon citizen, because of greed. Why? Because this country will come together in a federal constitution. Because of that federal constitution, will be fit for respect our various institutions that will bring her into the union. I mean, like us, the British Southern Cameroonians, will be change our name to become West Cameroon. Will be fit for maintain our English cultural heritage. Why them the La Republique de Cameroon where they became the East Cameroon? They be also fit for maintain their French heritage. This dual heritage, if I say dual heritage, I mean this multicultural we will get and so. Now a blessing, no be a curse. But because some people they be too greedy, they make them tend to be a curse. With the sense that they plant some notion into us, the younger generation, they are ahead, for make we hate our French and English brothers to an extent we actually see ourselves like the separate nation who will be where they try for unite them. Yes, we actually see ourselves like that separate nation who will be where they struggle for unite them. When they be discover petrol for Victoria, they go abolish that federal system, make a claim say our currency be small because we be use British pounds. French currency that time be high. Are we the only country where they be use British pound at that time? No. We be run bankrupt, we not be fit for pay our workers. Now only we will be the only country where the old debt to Africa where be run bankrupt. We borrow money. Even La Republic of Cameroon today, the sustain the economy now by debt. So if we be the run bankrupt, we no go fit borrow money. No, we be the run bankrupt. Cameroon Bank be done the run bankrupt. We no be fit for the pay our workers. No, the workers for French Cameroon they be receive money pass we. Now we talk Ghanaians workers that they receive money pass La Republic of Cameroon. Nigerian workers and many countries in Africa, they are workers that they receive money pass La Republic of Cameroon. It go shock you for no say company for Uganda. Small Uganda where they use Chile, where Uganda and Chile. If I fit talk say, wa 80,000, let me say wa 100 and something thousand at their 1 million. Uganda they pay their workers pass Cameroon. I mean say person they work for company for Uganda they receive money pass a military or civil servant for Cameroon. For company, I tell you na fact because I know talk to you and never see them or I don't know. When I tell you something, no say na fact. If I talk, I refer to some country, no say I don't go the country. So I know which way I talk. I talk na fact. So the claim say our currency over small, we no go fit for sustain our economic, we dey run bankrupt, we no fit pay our workers they be envious of the French Cameroon, the East Cameroon workers, how they be well paid. All those things na story where they be cook am because of greed. Because they ask them today, Uganda shilling, Sierra Leone, their money, Liberian dollars, and many of this money then will the year. If you put them for play with safer, then you go cry. Just like how they tell now, for example, say, well, 100 and something thousand, around 180,000 for Cameroon, now 1 million for Uganda. That same money now around 6 million for Sierra Leone. Or 3 million for Sierra Leone. As I tell now, so, but none of those countries, they never give up their sovereignty because say their currency low, because say their economic low. They never give up their sovereignty. They still work and they thrive. And it shows in the nearest future, Cameroon no go fit meet up with any of those countries if they continue with this their war, embezzlement and corruption. Thief, embezzlement of public funds. It means they no go fit match up with some of these countries. I ever quote example for Ghana. Ghanaians they be so our shoes them for Cameroon. Nigeria na them be do our odd jobs and clear our houses, be like house game. My grandma herself will be a midwife, they get more than 5 Nigeria boys there where they be work for a farm. I grew up when a Ghanaians and the work they do cock Malians and the sew our shoe them for street. Today the reverse is the case. Cameroonians are there for Ghana. Equatorial Guinea they be run Equatorial Guinea come Cameroon. Cast cook, work, do things, but today, now then they repatriate we. Today, na Ghana they repatriate we. Because there is scam who are picking them for go find work for Ghana. Burkina Faso, where they be classified like the poorest country in Africa. Today, there is scam who are picking them for go work for Burkina Faso. Thanks to CPDM. Thanks to UNA. Thanks to UNA. Now, UNA don't bring this country for this position where it is. Make we leave that subject to talk concerning this. Our multiculturalism, we're not a blessing and not a curse, but some people that decide to make a curse because of greed. When they discovered petrol for Victoria, France deceived Amadou Ahidjo say this is our brother. Then so these two they don't discover and so now money they go one separate for una. No say the reason why they be joining una because they know it be economically viable. So what Ahidjo do? Ahidjo try for join the country. Join the country. Since as that identity, they still speak like the United Republic of Cameroon. The identity, they still speak, so will be still a distinct people. Which way they do? They go on a project of assimilation. If I say assimilation, it means they go in a process where they want wipe anything English. It starts with Ahidjo, no be only with Bia. They say Biaka Cementa. It starts with Ahidjo, no be Bia. And now because of greed, with the faith for understand say that petrol, if we fit benefit the whole the country and the country grow. Which way do our sister the talk for the video where I want player? The talk, I'm not going to explain because we're not going to hear for ourselves, but now something we miss yourself and get experience. Just this same month where I go for supervisor interview for one company. When they take my CV, they look at, they say you speak French and English. The person no even believe say Cameroon they now for Africa. Most people, even Africans, I get my Nigeria friends, we even though British be rule us under them for Enugu, they no still no say Cameroon Africa country. Some of them they tend say they be say Cameroon they for Europe. So wow, multiculturalism, what two inherited culture, na blessing, no be na a curse. Because when even you go, when we will there for outside, people they envy we for realize say we fit speak and understand two well-leading languages. Then because of our greedy politicians. So when Biya take over, Biya continue with the process of assimilation. Why? Because they want succeed for integrate we into French, make the whole country become like French country, make they wipe anything English so that we no go ever fit for our picking and no go ever fit for recall their identity. They know they want just do something with it, everything English go wipe. They start them for inside military. They go for a police college. When I don't forget, French colony, They no get police, they get na gendarme. Because gendarme na their own like French police force. Now we English people, we get police. So now we will bring in police into the union. That's why you see police headquarters be there for Motengene before they move the bigger branch for train the officers there, the inspector, the big officers there. They train them for Yaoundé. But the constable them, the sangalong them, now in the train now for Motengene. Why you see police college will be now for Motengene? That because now we will bring her into the union. So they go first to police college and make sure say all defense after they don't integrate all of our forces, our mobile wing police forces into their system. They go now into the system, they change everything to French. For learn become a police, you must learn natural French. For anything military, it must be now French. They make it now in such a way where all the big government offices and institutions, that the French people, they head them all, even inside Southern Cameroon, likewise court. They come now for educational system. They enforce which way they call and say bilingualism, where it been a shortcut where they want to use and infiltrate our system. When they make that thing say bilingualism, which they do now, they start mix French and English teachers, they send them for places. They go pretend, say that they send English teacher and they go teach your schools for Yaoundé. It was a lie. I go get picking, I did the girl for Yaoundé, where be they say gone. You tell you say good morning, you don't understand what to be good morning. They come for English area, tell even pick where the job money to do say bonjour, go tell you, say merci. You ask say comment tu t'appelles. Il go tell you say je m'appelle déjà. He go tell you. But go for their area up to today what they tell you. You will not find that. Because those our English teachers where they be send and say, may they go teach English for their area where they be talk say that they try to integrate the two languages for the system. It was a lie. Because those our teachers, they end up go there, be forced for learn French, then start teach their subject where they're supposed to teach them for English for French because none of the beginning they not be willing for learn. But they force them on us. For us, French will be a force. When French teacher at the camp class will the one run, they catch we. It will be a force, so you must learn French. It was for a purpose. They start sending English teachers and for teach French teachers for teach even English subjects. It make them very difficult for we for understand some of these subjects because the language they be using for teaching will not be they understand the language. So these are some of the things where these one are greedy politicians they do because of greed. So Biya continue with the thing. So Biya now, after I continue with this assimilation program, we say enough is enough because the program not only destroy our identity, it also destroy our infrastructures and also make we like slave inside our land because we will be that stone English speakers. Whenever we go like for their French Cameroon or for offices who speak our English, they ask me say, il parle quoi? Il parle quoi même? Moi je ne comprends pas les anglais. But you go for office even for English area, you go realize say that they understand French. But when you come even for that same English area for Southern Cameroon, you speak English, they will tell you say, moi je ne comprends pas l'anglais. That is the reality of the story. So, even our infrastructures, as soon as the years at the top, like Cameroon Bank, our airports, and many things, and what don't always delist them. Believe me, say they destroy all those things, and so that we will be dependent. We'll come even for the last one, the way they did not tea. Even the last one, the way not tea, they don't carry again from Dawara. That means say everything we attach, it be remain as CDC and PAMO, may they dig and go with them. That two things so be remain, and those ones it be difficult for them because those ones are actually plants where they be planted in the land. So which they be struggle for do for that and move the head office like Pamo we head office then at Douala. Pamo they pay tax now for Douala we Pamo they for Ikondo Titi. You need to pay tax for Ikondo Titi council they pay for Douala. Just like how Nabisi and Superman for Moyuka to the fight. These are the reality. So when I see some of these our elites, our chief, they carry CPDM uniform, they don't know the destruction where they do them for a nation where be supposed to be at the pride, not be only to Africa, to the world, because of our multiculturalism. Any man who is standing they tell you say, unity Cameroon, that person, may I tell you, that person, holy born. Cameroon can never be under a unity system because we have two different cultures. Two different cultures. Cameroon will prosper only under federation so that every institution will manage their affair and their heritage. This is the reality. We cannot change it. If Cameroon will prosper or Cameroon will live together, it must be under federation. So that these two institutions, there is no way, no how no they wanna go bring bilingualism or na do away French no go overpower English. Beside these two institutions, they live separately. It will never happen. So any man will tell you say decentralization of power won't see the under unity system of government, a witchcraft from the pit of hell. So these our elites and this follow them because of the benefit now that the benefit for CPDM. I mean like Bakweri, Balondo, I'm a Balondian. I know Dinabi Balondo Pikin, Morondo pa from Ilo, Balondo, my mommy papa come on lower, my grandmammy papa come on Ilo, my grandmammy mammy come on Ekondo Titi. Ekondo Titi, iya mesembe mandu na my grandmammy mammy. My grandmammy se self na iya upa. Teresia Aoko, the first midwife for Ekondo Titi. So when I talk, I call Bakweri, I call Balondo, I know which one I talk because I grew school for Boya. I live nearly all my life now for Fako. Almost half of my life for Cameroon, I live for Fako. So when I call these two tribes, I know which one I talk. Ubafo, I know which one I talk because these people, not just follow people. They don't take CPDM well and for head. They believe say CPDM na like their party. According to how they used to say SDF na Graphy party. According to them, CPDM na their own party. But they don't know the destruction where CPDM they do them for some things where they concern we. They don't know the destruction of CPDM. That's why they work and sing praise for CPDM. So we'll leave the video for you so you don't long. We can really analyze this thing again very, very well. Maybe Katika go. Thank you now.
Oh, quand on dit que être Camerounais, c'est un métier, vous ne voulez pas croire. So, I'll give you guys a little story time of how I got my job just for being a Cameroonian, since you guys want to desperately hear me speak French. I went for this job interview and mind you, I had my CV on me. I went with my CV, but I had I applied online. They called me from online, so I still had my CV with me. When I got there, he was like, "Do you have your CV?" I was like, "Yeah." I gave him. He just went through the details at the top. He was like, "Oh, tu es Camerounais?" I was like, "Oui." He was like, "Oh, depuis tu es anglophone ou francophone?" I was like, "Je suis anglophone, mais je parle français aussi presque parfaitement." He was like, "Oh, tu es la personne parfaite que je cherche parce que j'ai souvent les clients français ici et si je ne suis pas là, il n'y a personne pour les aider à traduire ce qu'ils veulent." I was like, so he told me that only for being bilingual, I will get a bonus. I will not tell you the bonus, even if it's 50 dirhams, it's a bonus just for being a Cameroonian. And our interview turned into a discussion. He was like, "Vous êtes d'où? Combien de temps avez-vous fait à Dubaï? Comment as-tu appris le français?" And just like that, I got my job just for being a Cameroonian. And I was like, oh. So this is a sign to go learn that French that you think is useless, to go learn that English that you think is useless. If I wasn't bilingual, maybe I could not get the job. Maybe you could be like, I have better candidates, I have better looking people, I have more skilled people. But just because I knew how to speak French, he didn't ask me, what can you do, what can you not do? He was just like, you start on a Monday. I was like, God.